My name is Rocco Thierry. I'm the athletic trainer here at Wheeling High School. I'm here to talk to you about the military. I joined the military when I was 17 years old. I was in the Air National Guard, which is the National Guard for Illinois. I served my country for 8 years. I got to see the world, traveled to Europe twice, Hawaii, Texas. I think it was a great opportunity to serve the state. So I got to go to the floods of '93 and sandbag and help out the floods in the 90s. In the late 90s, I got to serve in Italy, Operation Deny Flight, which served Bosnia Serb airspace during the Bosnia-Serbian War. I think it was a lot about serving the country when they needed you. I think it was a great opportunity to grow as an individual, being a 17-year-old person, just worried about myself. I got to serve the country that I love. So thanks for the honor of serving. My grandfather served in the Army Air Corps, so he was in a branch of the Air Force before there was an Air Force in World War II. And my dad served in the Army during the 50s after World War II. So many uncles, many great uncles all served.
So my name is Alexander Perez. I joined the military back in December of 1991 after graduating from Amundsen High School. Definitely started my military career in Fort Ord, California. Then from there I went to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, where I finished my military career there. My work, MOS if you want to say, it was 11 Bravo. I was an infantry soldier. For me, Veterans Day is very special. It's one of those days that we belong to a brotherhood. We belong to a big brotherhood, and you know, taking part of our military and serving it is, for me, is an honor. Not only an honor, but it actually changed my life, because I was, during that time, I was really in a bad place, you know, hanging around with some bad fellows. So it was time for me to go ahead and get a new direction, and the military came knocking on my door, and I took it, I ran with it, and thank God I did it, you know, and I never will change it again. You know, it's one of those things that I take really pride, you know, that I am a veteran. Anytime that, you know, people say, you know, thank you for your service, I always say, my pleasure. Because for me, it was a pleasure doing it, and I will, if I have to do it again all over, I will do it in a heartbeat. There are young men and young women that will interested in going into the military. I will tell you, it's the greatest thing. Again, it goes back to, you know, the brotherhood that we belong to afterwards, but it's a great way to go to school, pay for school, and then you also go ahead and, you know, you get to see the world. You're there, depending, you know, where you travel. I went different parts of the world, which I can't classify where I went, but different parts of the world, which is awesome. But it's definitely one of those things that you're looking to see that college is not for you. Military is a way out, great benefits. The benefits that we do get as vets is amazing.
Hi, I'm Bob Coupon. I'm a teacher here at Wheeling High School, Social Studies. My experiences goes back to 1966 when I was drafted as I graduated college. I was in the Army, and in the Army I attended OCS. I ended up flying helicopters in Vietnam from 1967 through 68, so I was there for the Tet Uprising, and I got out of the service in 1970. And I'm very glad we have a lot of veterans here at the school, because this way I won't feel that lonely.
Well, hello, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Wayne Byer, retired, United States Marine Corps. I actually enlisted in the Air National Guard here in Illinois in 1987. I spent 6 years in the Air National Guard, made E5, Staff Sergeant, and then took a commission in the Marine Corps to be an officer. I did 20 years in the United States Marine Corps as a Cobra pilot, and retired in 2014. I started this job 2 years ago as the NJROTC instructor here at Wheeling, and I just want to say thank you to all of the veterans here at Wheeling High School for the service that you gave to this nation.
Hello, my name is Jermaine Cotillier. I joined the Navy in 1994, retired in 2017, so I did about 23 years. I was stationed in 5 different states, 6 different countries, and saw 62 different countries. And then during that time, I met my beautiful wife and been married to her for 22 years. Being a retired veteran has a lot of advantages. The good thing is I'm so proud to be in the military because you have these freedoms. And I think a lot of people do not understand that being in the military and serving, we wouldn't be where we are today with all the freedoms that we have. So your relatives, your great-great-grandfathers and great-grandmothers who've served, that's where we got our freedom from. So being in the military is a good thing, and I'm happy to be with the services of people at Wheeling High School that I've served with. That's a good feeling, so thank you.
My name is Caroline Diaz. I am a senior, and I just enlisted to the Army Reserves during my junior year. I completed basic combat training over the summer after my junior year. And right now my goal is to finish senior year and then go to Virginia to finish advanced individual training, and then that's where my career starts with the Army. My main motivation has been my parents, because them coming from a whole different country with nothing and giving me and my siblings everything has made me believe that I can really push myself to accomplish my dreams.
My name is Jamarcus Moody. I'm a business education teacher here at Wheeling High School. I'm also the head football coach in my first year. I served in the United States Navy from 2011 to 2017. I was an electronics technician. I finished as an E5, a petty officer second class. I served on a couple different ships, the USS Elrod and the USS Lake Champlain. As a matter of fact, fun fact, I served on the USS Lake Elrod with Jermaine Cotillier, Senior Chief Cotillier. So we served together. I actually worked for him for about 3 months. It was a great experience. We deployed together. So it was kind of cool coming back here and seeing a very familiar face when I was at a critical point in my life, kind of growing up and learning how to become an adult and all those things. The military was a huge part of that, and having good leaders like Senior Chief Cotillier played a major role in my development. Yeah, for me, it's just it's a time to recognize those who came before me. I have a lot of family that have served, uncles, aunts, cousins, my youngest sisters in the National Guard in Mississippi, so I know lots of people who have served. So it's time for me to honor them, the people who made the ultimate sacrifice, the people who didn't make the sacrifice, that made a sacrifice in their families, their time, their commitment, to honor those folks. Especially times like right now when there's so much going on in the world, I always think about if we didn't have a force that was able to preserve the freedom that we had, because I couldn't imagine some of the global instability that's going on right now. I couldn't imagine it here in the United States, and a lot of that reason is because the people who came before me and who I served along with, they allow us those freedoms. They allow us to be here at Wheeling High School to enjoy our liberties, enjoy our freedoms, and give students the security to learn. And so that's why I served. Just overall, to be honest, again, I came in, I was 20 years old. I didn't know a lot. I was an electronics technician, which I always had like a aptitude for technology, but never electronics, never the role that I had. And so for me, just coming in and, you know, I remember going to boot camp and not even being able to stencil my garment bag, right? Something silly like that to, by the time I get out of the Navy, I had 2 Navy Achievement Medals, had several commendation letters from captains that I worked for and other people outside of my command. I vividly remember working up to our 2014 deployment. We were deployed out with the Carl Vinson Strike Group, and we had a huge piece of technology go out. Everything right now is technology based. We were then as well, so we need a lot in that connection. So me as a young sailor, I was a petty officer third class at the time. I got asked by my division officer to go up there and take a look at the equipment. Wasn't feeling the most comfortable, but with my training, went up there, identified the problem, diagnosed it, got a $500,000 piece of equipment on board the ship, got it installed, and allowed us to continue our mission, so we didn't have to pull in. So just for me being a really green sailor coming in to doing things like that, and again, leaving the service with 2 Navy Achievement Medals was something I was really proud of.